welcome back to the Craft Castle. Today I'm going to show you and introduce you to my daughter's and best friend's Halloween costume. Total DIY project, and I figured since I did the unveiling over on Instagram that I would come over here on YouTube and show you exactly how I made both of these costumes, just in case you wanted to make a Pb&J costume yourself. So, hold on one second, let me slide this over. We're going to go over peanut butter first because both costumes have the advantages to both. I love both. So we're gonna go over peanut butter first because I kind of really like peanut butter. Strawberry's good, and I have some favorites on the strawberry, but I do love my peanut butter. So I am just opening up the chat so I can be able to read the chat. Just in case you have any questions, make sure and leave them in the comments so I can answer them for you. Okay, so we are going to slide over strawberry jam because we're going to do that next. So for this entire project, I just went on Facebook Marketplace and put on, just searched up water barrels or feed barrels, and I got these barrels from a local farmer. She had a whole bunch. A lot of different sizes. I'm pretty sure this is a 35-gallon. I took my daughter with me and I made her stand in the barrel and I made her stand in the barrel, and then I can determine like what size that we could buy right now. So these ones originally were blue. I don't know if like the colors of them are same throughout, but they were blue. I'm thinking they're 35, maybe they're 50, but if you're going to do this project, I would just take your kid or whoever and make sure you can fit into the barrel. And there were 2 for $55 in my local Facebook market. So then I had my husband take the lid off and then take these bungee straps off. So then I had my husband take his saw and just saw off the bottom of them so you could wear them all together. And then what I did was I took real peanut butter and jelly. I threw away the soap block. I took real peanut butter jelly and I color matched these. I think this is called Galaxy Gold and Strawberry Fields or something like that. When I'm done with this live, I will put the hex code number and the paint chip number. I got the paint at Lowe's. This is a matte and this is semi-gloss paint, and I'll put the hex code or the paint chip or whatever in the information of the description of this video, so you can go back in and copy and paste so you can tell your Lowe's people what paint that you would like to use. So I just painted these. First we primed with, it's a really good primer. I'm sure they'll know. It's one of the best ones that they suggest. It can go over like mildew and mold. It's amazing. So I primed all of these first and then painted them both colors. And the girls just did like a really big brush. The girls did paint both of these. I primed them and they did paint them. Oh, I forgot a step. We want to make sure we sand these down, rough them up a little bit. Now, I would suggest getting a palm sander. It would be a lot easier. I could not find my palm sander, so my husband and I, the hubs, he and I just hand sanded. It took quite some time to do that. Again, if you have a palm sander, just go with a palm sander. Start with a really thick grit sandpaper and then work your way down to a smoother one. You can tell up close, you can tell that there are some grooves in this, and it's because we got tired and we were over it. And you know what, from far away, you can't even tell. Okay, so these labels right here, I'm sure everybody asked all about these labels. I created these labels in Design Space. You can do that in Design Space, and then I screenshotted them, sent them over to my word processor, and then printed them on my extra large printer that I have. It is a Canon 24-inch, and so with these labels, I have been asked quite a bit over on Instagram and TikTok if I were going to sell these labels. I am not going to sell these labels. However, if you would like them for free, you can just email me and I'll email you over the file so you can have them for yourself. I totally do not want to sell these things. And this project was mainly just for my kids to enjoy for Halloween. So I created all of this in Design Space, and then it wraps all the way around. Just like the original peanut butter jar, we have a recipe. This is an actual recipe that was on the Jif website. Entire nutritional facts, a UPC code, and all the recycle stuff. Now, up close, and I'm not sure if you can tell in the pictures or even in a video, but there are like little brown speckles throughout because, you know, real peanut butter does have speckling to it. So there are some, my daughter put a little bit of brown speckles throughout, but I don't, every single time I look at a picture of these, I can't tell. So don't really know if you can tell. Before we get to the bungee cords, the next thing I did was work on the lid. Now the lids, this part is not finished yet. We need to build like a donut or something because it falls off very quickly, but the lids were black. And all I did was take a bit of foam core and I just cut grooves into them so it looks like a real peanut butter lid. Then I just got some high gloss red spray paint and spray painted it everything. So I just took some foam core, glued it to the side, then put a little bit more foam core on top to make it all even because there is like ridges on it. So I just wanted to make it all seamless. So I put like a seam of red over the top of that. Now again, this right here, this is still a very big work in progress. Need to figure out how to secure it on the head better so it doesn't fall around. Okay, so how the girls are gonna wear this. All the husband did was drill holes in the 2 in the front, 2 in the back, pretty even, level. And then what he did was he took some bungee cords and some electrical tape and he wrapped it around because these bungee cords are actually blue, I think, and which doesn't go with the vibe. I think it's like a bright royal blue. Doesn't go with the vibe, so we are just going to use electrical tape for these, make them all black, and then I think the girls are going to be wearing black underneath their costume, so it'll like all match together. But anyways, then all you do is put in your bungee cords in the holes, and then they can wear them around their shoulder straps. So both the peanut butter and the jelly have this feature. We'll put this back, and then we'll talk about jelly. Okay, we'll bring jelly over here. Now jelly, while the label is very basic, there's something on this jelly jar that it's like my most favorite part. My favorite part about the peanut butter is this entire label, because this label took me forever. It took me such a long time. But for the strawberry preserves, what my most favorite thing is the embossing on the jar itself. So this is an actual signature that I found online, and I just imported it into Cricut, cut it out on some removable vinyl. Instead of weeding it like you would a traditional vinyl, I reverse weeded it. Put that on there, and I took my hot glue gun and I filled in the gaps to create this signature. When it dried, then I removed it, and then I put a thicker coat of hot glue on top. So that's what that is. And then after I got done, I repainted it all the same color as the red, so it looks like an actual embossed jam jar, just like the original jam jars. So again, the same thing with the labels here. This will be available in for free. If you just wanted to email me, I can email you over the files for this, and then there's one on the back as well, and then some on the top. So all of these labels, if you wanted them and you wanted to create this, you totally can. The jam jar outside of this right here is significantly easier than this. All it is just a label on the front and a label on the back, and I did the optional embossing just to make it look like it's real life. This is painted red, it's like a strawberry color, and then it's going to be hard to see, but there are little brown seeds that are painted onto it. You probably see it close up, probably can't see it far away. And then on the very back, again, there's just another label that looks perfect. This is like a perfect little label. So for the same thing with the peanut butter jar, we just drilled some holes at the top, and we have some more veggie cords that have electrical tape on them. So you'll be able to wear these costumes. So for the jar, it's my most favorite part outside of this right here for the jam jar, just because this was way too easy. The label was too easy. Painting this was just too easy, but my favorite part outside of the embossing was creating this lid. So it's the same type of lid that we have here. They're originally black. Again, we need to figure out how we're gonna wear these and secure these. But this right here, this like plaid, in my shop, I sell like a plaid tablecloth that you would use for like a pizza party or an Italian party. And I have them listed in my shop, and I print these on like a waterproof canvas material, so it won't get damaged and you can reuse it. It's a really, really cool like addition to all your partyscapes. Okay, so I had like a bunch of it pre-printed already and just sitting around in my office. So all I did was I just took a little bit of it, cut it down to size, and then I just glued it on the inside of this. So instead of like hand painting, trying to figure out how to get the plaid of the lid, I just used what I had on hand, which conveniently was something that I sell, so that was cool. And then again, the label, you just print it out, cut it out, and then you put it on there, and then that's it. I mean, these things probably took me, the label itself, I think this label took me like 4 or 5 hours to create. And then these labels, front, back, and the top, probably only took me like an hour and a half. So if you're getting these for free from me, everything else probably took me like a total of 2 hours. It was so easy. And if you're doing these for your kids, have your kids paint the jars, so then that's like easier work for you. Just prime them. They can even prime them too. Sand them up. That'd probably be something you do. They or you can prime them and then just paint them. You probably don't even need the dots of the peanut butter or the seeds on the jar, because like I said, I don't think anyone can actually see them. And then just print these out. I cut them out by hand. You probably can just send them over to like Walgreens, or I think Walgreens has like large printers, but for sure like Staples or Kinko's, they have really large printers. Get this printed, hand cut them yourself, and then just glue them on. I use Super Tight's 360 multi-grab is what I use to put these labels on, and they are stuck. The downfall of printing them on the gloss paper is if you see some weather while you're out trick-or-treating, these are not waterproof, so they can get damaged. It doesn't generally rain here during Halloween here, so I just printed them on gloss paper. But like for me, if I had my printer and I was in like an area that rains a lot, I'd probably print it on this waterproof canvas material. But like I said, it doesn't generally rain here, so I'm not really worried about the weather too much. And you'll just need a little bit of foam core board for the top of this to make it look like a real jar. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you later.